Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a king who ruled over a prosperous kingdom. The king was just and fair, and his people loved and respected him. However, the king had one problem: he couldn't decide on a rule that would govern his kingdom. He asked his advisors, his priests, and even his people, but none of their suggestions seemed quite right. One day, a wise old sage came to the king and said, "Your Majesty, I have the solution to your problem. The rule that governs your kingdom should be the Golden Rule." The king asked, "What is the Golden Rule?" The sage replied, "The Golden Rule is simple: treat others as you would like to be treated. If you live by this rule, your kingdom will prosper and your people will be happy." The king was intrigued, and he decided to put the Golden Rule into practice. He ordered his army to stop their aggressive expansion, and instead focused on helping neighboring kingdoms in times of need. He also ordered that all citizens be treated with fairness and compassion, and that justice be served without bias. As the years passed, the kingdom flourished. The people were happy and content, and other kingdoms looked upon the kingdom with envy. The king's reputation as a just and fair ruler spread far and wide, and he became known as the King of the Golden Rule. As the king grew old and prepared to pass on his throne to his son, he reflected on his life and realized that the sage had been right all along. The Golden Rule had brought prosperity and happiness to his kingdom, and he knew that his son would continue to rule by it. And so, the kingdom continued to flourish under the rule of the Golden Rule, and all who lived there lived in peace and harmony. The moral of the story is that treating others with fairness and compassion, as outlined in the Golden Rule, leads to prosperity and happiness not only for oneself but also for one's community. Additionally, it suggests that leadership and decision-making based on such principle is beneficial for all. It can be seen that by adhering to this principle, the king was able to bring peace and harmony to his kingdom, and his reputation as a just and fair ruler spread far and wide.